So, like, I have to ask her about one. She'll tell me, I go investigate. I come back, she'll tell me about another. Do you wish to hear about the Academy's 7 mysteries? Oh! I can... Okay. Ah, the first mystery, the crying sculpture. The sculpture in question rests in the art room. It's used as a reference for sketches. However, if you dare draw near, you can see tear tracks running down its face. Whoa. What's more, the tears return after wiping them away. Rumor has it that tears originate from a human head contained within. Okay. I was on board up until then. That's a little too extreme to believe. You think so too? Even so, these sorts of stories always contain some kernel of truth. Perhaps speaking to the head of the art club will allow you to find it. All right. I'm down to just do them one by one. Also, anime and games like this that have like school 7 mysteries or whatever led me to believe that when I got to high school, my school would also have 7 mysteries or whatever, or at least have something. No, nothing. I've been lied to. Anime and video games have lied to me. I've been denied what could have been a joyful occult experience. Lame. All right, art club, here I come. Not this one. This one. Hey. Sorry, I really needed a drink. I'm pretty sure this girl's the head of the art club. Excuse me, could I have a minute of your time? No, I'm busy. But my ears work, so I can listen to whatever you have to say. Go ahead, state your business. Okay. I guess she's going to keep working while I talk. That's pretty impressive. I'm actually looking into the Academy's 7 mysteries, one of which is the art room's crying sculpture. You wouldn't happen to know anything about. Condensation. Sorry. Like I said, it's condensation. You have no idea how many people have come in to ask about that. They're not tears, just condensation. Water vapor in the air. If big words scare you. Who in their right mind would actually believe a sculpture could cry? I guess the world will never run out of idiots. I see. Is that it? Yeah, pretty much. Thank you for the information. It was nothing. I've been working like crazy since last night and I just can't stop. Anything I lay my hands on is transformed into a beautiful piece of art. You better not interrupt me if you value your life. I'll turn you into one of my pieces too. At least it'll be a beautiful death. Okay, she's terrifying. Can I... Which statue is it? We'll never know. We'll never know. Take me to the Student Union. Let's ask about the next mystery. At least this will be a good way of getting some talking done. The second mystery is that of the haunted piano. Late one night, a student walking by the music room heard someone playing the piano. Drawn by the sound, she took a peek into the room, only to find it empty. Well, the name certainly fits. They claim it's a music-loving ghost playing the piano in there. A ghost who likes music, that's all? Seems a bit lazy to me. Agreed. At least give the ghost some elaborate, tragic backstory to explain its connection to the piano. Regardless, perhaps you could learn more from the head of the wind orchestra. I believe his name was Hibel. Okay. we need to go to... what's gonna be closest? I guess the park. That is a flower box. I got stuck on a flower box. Okay. I think this is Habel from the Wind Orchestra. Oh, hey, what's up? I have a quick question for you. I know you're in the middle of preparing your team for this really big performance you guys are doing, but I need to ask you about a haunted piano. I'm sorry. It's vital information. I'm trying to investigate the 7 mysteries of the Academy. What have you heard about the haunted piano? Oh, that story. That's the one about the ghost playing the piano in an empty room, isn't it? Oh, so you do know. What can you tell me about it? So you want to know the truth, huh? As it turns out, the ghost was me all along. Whoa, really? Okay, calm down. I didn't mean that I'm actually a ghost. The rumor started spreading because someone heard noises in what they thought was an empty room, but I'm pretty sure they just stumbled along while I was tuning the piano. Really? Yeah, it's not exactly rare to end up totally obscured from view while you're tuning certain parts of it. Chances are that whoever heard that at the time couldn't see me. So basically, I'm your so-called ghost. That makes sense, right? Sorry though, you were probably hoping for something a bit more exciting. Not at all. You told me just what I needed to hear. Beryl might not be thrilled though. Thanks for your time. Not a problem. Okay. We move on. Wait, I can just teleport. Next mystery. Thirdly, we have the mystery of the Forbidden Tome. Now this one's interesting. Apparently the Academy's library houses a book containing one of the world's greatest secrets. The book is passed down from one library head to the next, all of whom are tasked with keeping it safe from prying eyes. You weren't kidding. This one is pretty interesting. It pleases me to know that I have a partner in fascination. Just imagine if it were something about the fall of the ancient Sumerian civilization. How romantic. The person currently in charge of the library is Instructor Thomas. He's likely the only person who knows for sure. All right, I don't know where Thomas is. He's usually on the first floor here. Most of the upper class students have returned to their homes. The official word is that it's to learn how to manage their family territory, but it's essentially their summer vacation. Those who are particularly passionate about their clubs or their studies have chosen to remain here, however. Fee's been acting far more approachable of late. Perhaps she's made friends she can really trust. Ah, the joys of youth. It's ever so slight, but Fee seems to have changed since her arrival. Perhaps she made some friends that she can trust. Truly, youth is such a splendid thing. No one else is in here. I got stuck on a lot of edges. This is not what I wanted. So the vice principal sat me down and forced me to take care of all this paperwork that's been piling up. Can you believe he'd force a sweet, delicate maiden like me to bust my buns in this ridiculous heat? I have a sneaking suspicion you only have yourself to blame here. Shush you. All I want is to finish this and head straight to the nearest bar. It's so hot. Oh no, you're being forced to do your own work. New methods of communication and product distribution have been incorporated into Western Zemuria's economy in recent years. As a result, the need has arisen to discuss and enact new legislation accommodating these changes. I am certain that this will be one of the key topics at the West Zemuria Trade Conference at the end of the month. Sir, you are sadly mistaken. Well, alongside other important economic and commercial matters, of course. I recommend reading the news on a regular basis. It's a source of ample and interesting information. For all of his faults, Vice Principal Heinrich's pretty good at making complicated topics easy to understand. The trade conference will likely have a massive impact on everyone in Western Zemuria. He's telling me to read the news. I think we do have 2 Imperial Chronicles that we need to read, so fair enough. Hi. Where's Thomas? It's been nearly half a year since you all entered this academy. Am I right to assume that you're all accustomed to it? I'd say so. We've had some troubles along the way, but everyone in Class 7 is finally getting along. We have had some interesting new additions to class, though. Instructor Nightheart, I hope you will perform to the full extent of your capabilities during your next field study. That's all. You're dismissed. Hold on a sec. Are they planning something? There are many things that you've all yet to learn. Make sure to perform at your highest level during the next field study. That's more than a little ominous. What could they have in store for us? Do you have a third thing? Where is Thomas? Please take care during this month's investigation. It's entirely possible that another situation like last month's may arise after all. The last thing we want is for any of you to sustain injuries. I guess he could be in the library. Aha! Read, my boy. What sorts of questions has your inquiring mind come up with today? As it happens, I'm looking into something for a fellow student. Do you know anything about a forbidden tome supposedly locked away in this library? A forbidden tome? My, what a fascinating idea. Just imagine if it contained details on the sacraments of the ancient Zemurian civilization. Or perhaps it could be a grimoire written by the cross-bellin alchemists of the Middle Ages. They are just dropping so many hints in this game about Azure. It's so hard for me to believe that it took them so long to fully localize Zero in Azure. Wouldn't it be thrilling if one really existed? Yeah, sure would. In other words, it doesn't. But what exactly inspired you to ask about this imaginary tome? Well, I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the Academy, and one of them has to do with a book full of the world's greatest secrets hidden deep within this library. Also, that's what this is all about. This year's story is even more absurd than the one I heard last year, but I do believe I know what you're talking about. You do? The tome the story refers to is in fact a volume of, how shall I put this, gentlemen's special interest literature. I see. Seriously? At least the forbidden part is right, not because it's dangerous or anything, but because it's rather naughty. We tell you boys time after time not to bring those sorts of things into the Academy, but somebody always has to try. Well, boys will be boys, I suppose. This little tale started because we gather the contraband here before we dispose of it. You gather their raunchy magazines together at the library to dispose of them? Just give them to the janitor. He likes to incinerate things. Well, that's one way to do it. So if you happen to have a prized collection of your own, make sure to leave it under your mattress back home. Unless you want me to find it and share what you're into with Instructor Sarah and the rest of the faculty. Instructor Thomas is out there trying to kink shame people. I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, anyway, there's nothing especially unusual or mysterious about this library, I'm afraid. You've made that abundantly clear. Thank you for your time, Instructor. Sneaking indecent magazines into the Academy means running the risk of having your tastes exposed. You should be careful too, young Reen. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, Reen may or may not be in a relationship with his sister. That's just a thing in this world. Goodbye, bot. All right. You don't have a name, thus I don't care. You talked a lot for someone who doesn't have a name. There is someone over there. Who the heck are you? You also don't have a name. You'll never believe what just happened. Crow returned every single overdue book he had. He even apologized for taking so long and said, "Your heartfelt pleas have convinced me to change my evil ways." I think I might have had him wrong all along. Maybe he is a good kid. I probably shouldn't be the one to tell you this, but he just moved into our dormitory to avoid repeating a year. Moving from dorm to dorm was probably the only reason he ended up unearthing all of those books. I should have known. I swear, that Crow. I thought he'd really turned over a new leaf, too. Now I'm kicking myself for being genuinely touched by what he said. Thanks for letting me know. He's really in for it the next time he passes through these doors. Reed really couldn't have let someone have a good opinion of Crow. He really felt the need to just crush that down. So mean. Let Crow have one admirer. He worked so hard. We're on number 4, right? The 4th mystery tells us of the hidden graves. Ooh. This legend dates back 250 years. It's said that many who died in the War of the Lions lie buried beneath this academy. More specifically, their bodies are buried directly below what is now the field. Whoa. Is there more to this story? Oh, there most certainly is. They say that on some cursed nights, the corpses of the buried rise from their graves to bathe in the moonlight. And when they do, their long hidden graves surface from the field, overturning it and leaving holes. Well, that explains why this mystery is called the Hidden Graves, at least. But honestly, I was kind of expecting the mystery to be a little creepier. You must be getting used to these macabre mysteries. Good. Wait, what do you mean by good? Regardless, the best people to ask about the field would be the members of the riding club. I believe the club's captain Lambert is home for the summer. Perhaps you should ask Paula instead. All right?